Well, hello, everyone. So it's a real pleasure to share with you this session. Today, we want to interview one of our best. She's been faithful to all our trainings, all the presentations. She comments, she participates, and she does amazing things. She's constantly showing up on the board on the weekly lead generator in GotBackUp. So, Tammy, I'm going to turn this over to you to introduce our speaker today.
Yeah, and most of you know her. If you're showing up, you know who she is. She's participating consistently, giving great feedback in the group. And Esther Igbe, congratulations. We really want to, from the bottom of our heart, congratulate you. We've been watching you. We've been watching your activities at Platinum now, and I know you're growing very fast. And you're always on that leaderboard, which is really exciting. So congratulations from all of us. And we're super excited to have you here today through a questionnaire, having you share with everybody what it is that you do. Because most people, they want to do this stuff. They want to do social media, but they don't know how, or they haven't got the results that they were looking for. And I know you're getting incredible results. So basically, really, what is your secret in building this business with GotBackUp? What is it?
Actually, you know what, Tammy? Before we start, Esther, I'm sorry for stepping in. I would love to hear your story. I know I've sent you a message, and I failed to mention that to Tammy.
Oh,
If you could start by maybe sharing a little bit of your story. It's the human component is so important in our business, and I would love to get to know the real you and how you got a hold of GotBackUp. How did you decide to be part of this venture? Maybe share whatever you feel is appropriate to share in reference to your story. So please go ahead.
Hello, Chris and Tammy. Thank you very much for the opportunity, giving me the opportunity to be here. And hello, everyone. Everyone else, thanks for also welcoming me. My name is Esther from Ghana. I'm a devoted wife and a proud mother of two children, two wonderful children. And so growing up, my both parents had businesses. My mother's business allowed her to balance work and family time, and so which inspired me greatly. So following my passion for music, I pursued a degree in music in college and embarked on a career as an opera singer and a backup singer. So after transiting from music, I furthered my education in business management at UNISA, that's University of South Africa. And I ventured into distribution of various hair products and online health product businesses with two companies. Yeah, so my brand is focused on health products. Yeah.
That's wonderful.
So, yeah, that's it about me. That's it about me.
And how did you get a hold of GotBackUp? How did GotBackUp came to your attention?
Okay, so a friend of mine who also happened to be my mentor or my sponsor, Dr. KOA, introduced me to GotBackUp. So before joining GotBackUp, I actually believed I was successful as an online marketer. Like I said earlier, I was into supplements, health products, which turned out to be not to be the case. I wasn't actually successful. However, after becoming a part of GotBackUp, there's a comprehensive training and support that was offered by GotBackUp have actually greatly enhanced my marketing abilities. Yeah, shipping or delivering health products to customers during the COVID lockdowns was nearly impossible.
yeah.
But thankfully, with digital product solutions like GotBackUp, my business can continue without being hindered by any pandemic restrictions. So this is why I chose GotBackUp.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And I
Wonderful.
know you've reached a level of platinum, and I know you're moving up, and I know you're paying attention to the new enhanced compensation plan coming in. I think you're going to do very, very well. So I know, Tammy, I've asked you the question, and let me just kind of rephrase it here, pose it again. So we're up to date. If I look on the side, I have 3 monitors here, folks. So that's where I get all my notes. And first of all, thank you very much for joining us, Esther. We really appreciate you. You're super humble. I know you were a little bit uncomfortable to be part of the call, but you see, the thing is that people want to see real people,
Yeah.
and they want to hear the real you. And this is exactly what the goal is. This is not scripted or kind of planned, in the sense that we told you exactly what to say. We want this to come from your heart, and exactly what you do, because you're obviously doing something right, because you're always showing up in the lists. And there's thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of people in GotBackUp, and you're always in the top 10. In fact, closer to the top 3 or top 5. So what is your secret in attracting people to look at GotBackUp? If you can share that with us. And again, take the time you need. There's no pressure here. There's no time frame. Share what you feel is appropriate to share for the audience that are listening.
All right. To start with, I want to say a huge thank you to Chris, you and Tammy, for your dedication, to training others. I actually learned from you, and I see you both as role models, honestly. Your actions speaks louder than words, showing genuine care and support for people. So it's very, very obvious. And I also actually believe that when two people or even more, share something in common, they naturally connect. So it was very easy for me to connect with you both, because I believe I share something in common with you. I love people. I love to care for people. If I have the money to take care of the whole world, I would do it. So I see you giving of yourself to help people, and I really admire that. I love it so much. So to continue with my story, at first, I carefully applied the knowledge acquired from training sessions with Chris and Tammy on reaching the appropriate audiences, building lists, forming connections, and maintaining regular follow-ups. Additionally, I also picked up some useful advice from accountability sessions with Tammy some time ago, as well as the training videos from CEO Joel in the back office, GBU back office. So I had to build lists from various categories of individuals I interact with during my daily recruitment sessions, whether on different social media platforms or elsewhere. So I connected with many individuals through Facebook ads, solo ads, and email campaigns, primarily utilizing the domain name promo links with various campaigns. The campaign 2 and 4 really worked for me. So this approach allowed me to determine which campaign links were more effective than the others. Also, using the Metal Business Suite, and Business Messenger, I successfully handled all my linked accounts on Facebook and Instagram. And so by creating targeted ads and adding leads collection forms to it, with the help of this business suite, I obtained a huge amount of leads and phone numbers. Additionally, I engaged with those who preferred the organic approach through Messenger, and I tried to build friendships with them. I have created various broadcast lists containing all the phone numbers I received. This method has enabled me to consistently follow up with them. And my team and I also have a WhatsApp group for GBU pre-enrollees and potential partners. And so what we do with this group is training them, like telling them things that they need to know about GotBackUp, so that it could motivate them to take the step. Before adding them in that group, we ask if they wanted to be in a group where they can be informed, where they can be educated about GotBackUp, and they all agreed. I actually chose some of them from the broadcast lists from the numbers I got during my ads. And my team members got some as well during their recruitment, time. Yeah. So add them up. We have over 60 people in that group. Some of them had already subscribed, and then 3 of them had registered from the group. So after they, acquired knowledge about GotBackUp, they save up some money and then they register. Also, I took another step. I established a Facebook community to raise awareness and foster relationships with potential partners. So these are the things I've done actually.
That's brilliant. And folks, as you're listening to this, sometimes the first time you're listening to it, it makes sense. But then I would recommend to go back to the recording. Where can you find a recording? If you go to the GBU YouTube channel, this is being broadcast. And by the way, I want to acknowledge all of you that are in Facebook Live here. Thank you for being here. We have Jean-Pierre, we have Johnny, we have Joel, we have our CEO here that's with us. Let's see here. We have Dorothy, we have Felix. Just want to acknowledge all of you here that are, and the point I'm saying this to you is one thing that I do to learn from people like Esther. Sometimes I listen to something, but not everything registers on the first time. But then as I listen to it, she may share some segments, for example, what platform she was using. Another thing that she mentioned is she likes to take people off the platform, whatever it is that she's doing to promote it. And then she will probably invite them to go like Facebook Messenger and start creating a relationship, which is very important, right? That's another nugget that's really important here, is to take him out of that platform, bring into an area where you can start exchanging. Another thing she mentioned is she creates WhatsApp groups or Telegram group, whatever it is that you use. And you can even do that with Facebook Messenger, whatever suits your needs on how you go about doing things. And then from there, she has different groups. For example, she mentioned a group for pre-enrollees, because the pre-enrollee on a complete different state of mind than someone who's actively building, right? You don't want to overwhelm someone who's in pre-enroll and shove them with too much information because they're not ready yet. They're not there. It's like someone who's at university and they start the very first year. They have all these dreams and all these goals. They're nervous. They haven't started their lessons yet. And you turn around and you slap them a 4th-year university graduate exam. How do you think they're going to feel? It's overwhelming. It's like, whoa, I can't handle that. But over time, absolutely becomes a very simple process, because over time, you kind of absorb more and more information. So I'm just kind of adding things so you can register some of the important things that Esther was sharing that she's doing. So, Esther, was there anything else that you want to add to this before I move on to the next question?
I want to say that I actually adore this product. I have passion for it. Being a digital service, cloud storage is essential for everyone. It is cost-effective without shipping fees. It's accessible worldwide and user-friendly, especially with the updated software. I'm not a tech person, so if I can use it, then everyone can use it. What I told people, that even a grandpa in the village actually use it, because it's very simple now. I'm using it with all my devices, my 4 mobile phones, iPhone, and then Androids and others. And I'm also using it on my PC, even if the app is not there. And it offers the opportunity for passive income. So I love it. And that is why I'm passionate about it. I trust the owner, I trust all the leaders, and yeah, it's a job for me. So I recommend it for everybody. I recommend it. So if you are passionate about it, it should reflect in the way you go about your business, the way you talk to people about it.
This is brilliant. And Tammy, feel free to step in here. But you see, passion, it's one of the most important ingredient in building this business. If you're passionate about something, people, it's an expression that people will travel miles to see you burn. The expression is when you're passionate, it's attractive. People want to know what you're passionate about, why you're passionate about it. And that's what makes a difference in building your business. Esther, you're touching so many gold nuggets here that are so important to talk about. Tammy, did you want to add anything else to this?
Yeah, I just wanted to ask, what platforms are you more focused on?
Mm.
Because, new people, they try and do too many things, and it's important to get focused on one thing and get really good on it. So I'm curious.
When you say platform, you mean my recruiting platform or
No, Facebook or
Yeah.
Instagram or
Yeah. What
LinkedIn,
social media
or
platform? Which
there's
one
so
you
many
feel? Yeah.
different
great,
options for people.
great. I'm more focused on Facebook platform
Okay.
because there it's like connecting with the whole world. You have it's like a jungle, but you still have good people there. And so you always meet new people on Facebook. Though I'm on LinkedIn. Yeah, I'd registered 2 people on LinkedIn. You mentioned Peter from Uganda. That's my downline. I also have another person from Uganda. I met them on LinkedIn.
Brilliant.
So I have lists for people that I meet on LinkedIn. I have lists for people I meet on my business page, Messenger. I separated them like that so that I can remember where I met this person and how I met the person. And I have list for people I met through my normal profile, Facebook Messenger. And the different ads I did, email campaign, solo ads, the people I met there. You remember, Tammy, I used to tell you about the ads I was doing. I could recruit like 100 people, like just 100 subscribers a day when I do those ads. I would just pay a little dollar. So I made different lists for them. So I have a broadcast list of about 14, no, there's 18 broadcast lists. And in each list, I have up to 200. If I'm not, it's more than 200, but let me just say 200. So if you calculate it, you see the number of people I have. So today I broadcasted them. So almost every day I send broadcasts to them. So, but my main platform is Facebook, actually.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. So you mentioned LinkedIn. Do you also use Instagram, TikTok? Do you use these platforms? Can you share a little bit about how you go about using them?
Yes. So my business suites, and the messenger there linked my Instagram, LinkedIn to my Facebook page. So when I make a post or do an ad on my Facebook page, it goes to Instagram and goes to TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
So they come to my business page messenger to message me, and I can get their contacts and put them on the list. That's what I do.
This is really good. You mentioned that. I noticed Dubina with the face like, oh my God, maybe she didn't realize that was possible. One thing, folks, I do recommend, and this is probably one of my anybody who's been training with me, I've been sharing this for years. My go-to place is to learn anything is YouTube. So here's how I post it. If let's say you have not used, well, I would find that unlikely, but it's possible that some of you are not using Facebook. You don't know how to set up a Facebook account, or maybe you don't know how to set up an Instagram account, or a TikTok account, or a LinkedIn account, or there's even Pinterest. I mean, we could go on, right? One thing is you go to YouTube and simply type in how do I, and then the question, use Facebook or create an account with Facebook or create an account with Instagram or create an account with LinkedIn, whatever it is that's out there. For some of us, I know it's intuitive, but for some of you that maybe were using rotary phones and that's how you remember how you took your, all right. I remember the days where that was the way we communicated, right? It may not be as intuitive for you, but you're going to have these young people like Esther, who is going to, they're born with these things and they don't have to think about it. And they're going to share some videos on how to go about this. Right. So don't be afraid to explore and just kind of watch some videos. And here's another nugget I want to share with you. When you look at a video, before you start watching it, look at how old this video is. If it's something that's more than a year old, I tend to dismiss it, especially when it comes to social media. Even 6 months, it's a little old. But the fact here is also look at how many views they have. If they have 20, 30 views, it could be a new video too, so keep that in mind. But if they have 100,000 views, 2.2 million views, that is a strong indication that it's a very useful video, and that's why there's so many people watching them. So, because sometimes some of you could be caught in to watch all these videos that are pointless, and again, it's okay. I'm just giving you some nuggets here, so you don't waste a lot of time searching for what you're looking for. So once you have a series of videos that YouTube will give you on videos you can watch, just look at how old this video is. I would say either within 6 months to a year, or within a month, and then how many views do they have. So I just want to add this, Esther, because you shared some really good information. And I know some folks maybe are not using these tools very much, and they're kind of maybe a little overwhelmed about how to go about it. And there's like billions, maybe that's a big word, but let's say thousands and tens of thousands of videos. There's billions of videos out there, but I'm just saying there might be thousands of videos in a particular subject that you're looking for. And that's why the sorting might be important. One thing that I really appreciate is the fact that you're constantly showing up. You're constantly showing up. Can you touch on that a little bit as to the importance of always show up to the calls, to the training calls, the presentation calls, and feel free to expand from there.
Okay. It's important to me because I know that there is always a new thing to learn in each call. And so, when you are there, you will see some questions that people ask. So it is different from watching the replay. I'm not saying that watching the replay is not good, but when you are there live, people ask questions and you see the questions they ask, the answer that was given, you learn from it. So I try my best to be at the call, and I also try to carry my team members along.
Brilliant. Brilliant.
So yeah. Yeah. Plugging the team into the system is what it's about. So you can get a powerful duplication happening within the team. So today's session is so important because I know people, they want to do social media, and a lot of people ask, where do I start with all of this? And it's simple. You shared it, Facebook. Create a profile. So what do you recommend for people to have in their Facebook profile to attract people? Because I know that they're going to go through your profile and look at you. They're going to see what you're up to. So what do you recommend for people to have to create that attraction?
Okay, what I did was talk about myself, what I do, and I also have my links in there. And so I describe myself, I know my educational background and everything, and my business. If you're just there, your name is there, just give your information. People want to know who you are. When someone sends me a friend request, I go to your profile. I don't see anything. I turn it down. So if you're also offering someone a business, and the person goes to your profile, they don't see anything, I don't think they will want to do business with you. So, but before you can actually put all this thing, try to know your product. I like that video training that Joel CEO did at the back office. Know your product. So it will help with the description you gave about it on your page. Yes.
That's brilliant.
That's great advice.
I totally agree with that 100%. And one thing that I wanted to ask you is, in the process, maybe you can give us some examples where when, you're having your leads, you're having your lists, and you're starting to communicate with them. Can you give us an example of how do you get a new prospect to engage? You kind of feel that they're ready and they might be willing to sign up. Maybe they're on the fence a little bit. Maybe to give us an example of how you go about engaging someone as you're discussing them to try or to begin the business with GotBackUp.
Okay. So like I said, I have different lists. When I send my broadcasts, some people reply, they respond. So based on the response I get from each of them, I will now have a private chat with the person. Broadcast, you send it as if you're personalize it, as if you're sending it to the person directly. Meanwhile, you are sending the message to like 200 people, 300 people. And so you must say, how are you? And whatever you have to say, you have to say you, so they will get the message that way. And so whoever responds to me, I would now, talk about it privately with the person. Depends on the question. Usually they ask a question. Usually they ask me a question. So I send, I've done a lot of videos. I have over 60 videos on my YouTube channel. I also have other videos at the back office, the video bar, the video streaming session. So I just go and pick a video and send to you. And I say, we can talk after you have watched the video. So I do a follow-up. Most of them, or let me just say some of them, they are interested, but the money is the issue. So I tell them, I also suggest how to save up for it.
Brilliant.
We talk to those in Nigeria, we talk to those in Uganda, we talk to those in Ghana, how to save up for it. Even those in Tanzania, I have someone in Tanzania, so we talk about it. And then with the people I made through my email and the solo, email campaign, I send them emails. I learned from you both. The last time I joined the accountability session, there was this trick I learned from Tammy on how to copy an email, and I don't know how to describe it, but I learned from that and it has worked for me. Said she learned it from you, Chris. So, but I've learned from her too. So it has helped me in my email marketing. So I also do email marketing. Last night I did almost every day. So I set a goal to send email every day. But if I'm not able to send emails every day, at least 4 times a week. So I prepare a follow-up email. So I just go and copy and then paste and I send. And one day, one of my prospects that I sent emails to, Elizabeth, replied me and expressed directly to my own personal email. That really touched me, expressed her feelings and fears. So I encouraged her. So I'm still waiting for her, response.
I love that. This is so brilliant. And by the way, folks, what Esther is talking about with the email is in GotBackUp. They have a phenomenal email marketing system. This is including for your $997 a month. I mean, nobody offers that for that price. And there is once you're in an email, there's a button that you can click on. I'm not having it in front of me here, but there's many training. We've done that. But when you click on it, it will show the code. You can cut and paste the entire code. You can send that to someone else. They can turn around, and when they prepare their email, they click that same code, which is empty because the email is not created, and they cut and paste that code inside there. I know some of you might be technical, but it's really simple. And then suddenly, when you click OK, then the email appears into your GotBackUp email. Right. And then you can start modifying things to tailor it towards your own personal brand, your words and the way you talk. Maybe you're having your own signature at the bottom and whatever it is that you want to have with your social media buttons that you want people to click on at every email. So, and Tammy and I have done training on that. And you can go back to our board and see previous calls and email marketing, and you'll see that it's all there. Okay. And that's what Esther's talking about. So in that segment that she was sharing. But one thing that
I didn't even know how to do any of this either. I've always built my business like Esther through Facebook. I'd connect with somebody, pull them off the platform, and in the message, instead of texting it, I would leave a voice message, and and it just seemed to attract more people to want to respond to me. And from there, I took them off the platform, and we hopped on a Zoom session or a call, get to know each other. And that's how I've always built it. But I'm really excited about the marketing system because it's just one email goes out to everybody, gives you a whole lot more freedom, and some people are looking, some are not. So you have to be consistent at it. And I remember Joel, I know you're on this session. I would contact Joel. I say, when is this going to happen? And he would say, Tammy, consistency. You got to promote, and at the same time, build relationships through that email. And that's the key. And Esther's doing all of this, which is very, very inspiring. And I wrote down the campaign 2 and 4, because people are always curious. You see all these campaigns. It's like, which one do you choose? So if you want to do an ad campaign and you want to target market your area, try those 2 and 4 and see how it's working for you. You got to try things. That's the key, is try things. Remember, you're investing in yourself. You're investing in a business. So there's investments, for advertising. So take the chance and do it. You've got co-op ads, right? So you got a chance every single month to be part of the co-op, so that
Yes.
you can increase your followers, people who are curious and want more information.
Yeah, I totally agree. And Dr. Kiwi, I'm watching your comments on Facebook Live, and I'm watching your comments on Zoom. So we're in both places. I know we had some comments earlier from our CEO that really appreciate the great information, Esther. I wanted to pass this on, and many of you are sharing things. And I apologize if I don't see them all. I need bigger glasses to see them. But at the end of the day, here's the what I'm hearing: consistency. There is prosperity in consistency, and it even rhymes. So the fact here, folks, is if you want to have success, you have to be consistent. This is in the prospecting aspect, sending your lists, right? Constantly showing up, but don't show up alone. Encourage your team. I see a lot of people sponsoring people every day, but they don't invite them. They're excluding their downline in fear that maybe they won't like something. Folks, I'm telling you, if you're afraid that a new associate is like a leaf in the wind that's going to move the moment there's a bit of wind, you're going to have a hard time succeed in this business, because this business is about leveraging. If you want to be wealthy in this business, you have to learn to leverage from what is available, provided within the company's ecosystem. Very important. That way, you're not micromanaging every day. You work, it's like, imagine you buy a chair, and the chair is in a restaurant. And every time someone sits on that chair, you receive $1 every day. So if the restaurant is open, 12 hours a day, I'm just using an example here, maybe that's a lot, but okay. And people sit on that chair for 12 hours every single day, that's 365 days and looking at about 12 hours in a day where people sit on that chair. Do the math. This is leverage. That's what GotBackUp is all about. You're leveraging from the tools, you're leveraging from the leadership, you're leveraging from trainings like these. That's how you create massive income. Not by you working like crazy every day. Maybe at the beginning, you need to work a lot because there's really not much to work with at the moment. But over time, it will expand. There are people that are going to make more money than you in your business. Please don't get upset by that. And again, it's just a side kind of topic, because I've seen this over and over, where I've seen great talent who brought in great talent. Sometimes some people sitting on a piano or in front of a piano and they just play. How in the heck? And here I am trying this thing for so many years, and this person does it on day one. It happens. It's a God gift talent given to that, and embrace it. Don't try to sabotage it in fear they're going to get bigger than you. Because if they get bigger than you, remember, you get a commission, and wait till the new enhanced compensation plan occurs. You're in for a treat if you have someone like that in your team. So, and I know that's a little bit beside the point, but I just thought of mentioning this because I know that's an important point that I've came across over time. Esther, as we come to the end of this session here, and thank you so much for sharing openly what you do. What is your vision with GotBackUp? What is your goal for the listeners here with GotBackUp?
Okay, God's backup is my main job now, if I have to put it that way. That is my main job. I like to spend time with my family. And that is why I chose business, actually. And when I had the one that was taking my time as a distributor for hair products, I had to quit to take up the online. And Cut Backup is the best product for me. And I'm willing to stick with Cut Backup for as long as it can take me. And that is what I'm passionate about it. And that is also why I'm working hard to make something out of it and to let people know about it. When you love something, you talk about it. You don't keep it a secret. You don't keep it from others. And so I hope we all take it that way as well. We want to put our mind in it and then let others hear about it. And also we have invested into it, so to speak. Some people think that once you get registered, then you wait and income will come, and they keep asking for commission. Where is the commission? You need to work to earn. And the only way to work is get someone to register, because you are using the subscription. So the money you paid is for the subscription. So if you want to make money out of it, then you have to advertise it, so to speak. So I love Cut Backup. I love Cut Backup. I do videos and tell people about why I do videos, because I'm not a public person, to be honest. I like my privacy. I don't do social media. I joined social media because of God's backup. That is to tell you how much I love the business. Oh, and it was difficult for me to do videos, but people really wanted to know me. They thought this is a scam. Well, how can we know who we are talking to? So I started doing videos, and then they started running after me. They believed me. They trusted me. People are beginning to trust and believe that, yeah, this is real. So I'm willing to go with God Backup all the way. I hope you are willing to do so. So I'm encouraging others to also do the same. Some of us have other jobs that they are doing, but we know that 42% of Americans have side businesses. And so if you have a side business and you want to make something out of it, then you also do something, do more.
Brilliant, brilliant. Tell me, as we end this session, what is there anything you want to add?
No, I think that you've given everybody a lot to absorb and to start putting into practice, and just take one of those things and start doing it, and then take another aspect of what she's sharing and start doing it. The most important thing is make sure your profile is set up. Like Esther said, people want to know who you are, and people want to know whether you're in business, right? And that's what she does. She looks at people's platforms to see who they are and what do they do. So go back and look at your own personal platforms and ask yourself, would I want to know myself more, kind of thing. So yeah, it's very, very important, and great nuggets. Everybody, it's so important to stay connected, to stay plugged in. You've got a lot of great content on the sidebars here as I'm looking at the chats. Show up. That's a key. You want to learn how to do this business? Esther showed up. She showed up to every opportunity presentation and learned the language. She showed up. She watched the videos, the security videos. She knows her stuff. You can see how confident in her posture, and very calm but confident in her posture of knowing what she has in her hand. That comes from showing up and learning, right? So the more you do that, the more confident you become. And then get in front of a camera and share it like you're talking to your best friend, how passionate you are about this, and start sharing that with other people. So yeah, I'm super excited you joined us today, Esther. Really, really appreciate it. And yeah, if you guys do what she's doing, all of you are going to rise to the top. So thank you again so much for being part of this session today.
Thank
Yes.
you. Thank you so much.
And I know some of you are raising your hands, folks. This is not a Q&A session. What I recommend here is when you go to the YouTube channel video, please feel free to post your comments and questions there, and we will certainly address them. And the thing here is, when I look at Esther, first of all, I'm surprised that you're shy to be in front of camera because you're absolutely gorgeous, right?
Amazing.
And the fact here is that you're very personable. I look at you, you're like what we call silent power, right? Super powerful, but very modest about it. And people love that. I'm telling you. I think that's why we're in love with you. That's why you're so, see, you have this confidence, this power, but you're so modest about it. And that's what people want today. People want to see authenticity. They want to see the real you. So when you start sharing your pictures and your videos and you're sharing your authentic self, and again, the more used to you become in front of the camera, the better you'll come across. But I'm telling you, don't let that be a roadblock for you to communicate with the world, right? And it's okay to want to maintain your privacy. And I do recommend also, maybe if you're going to start email marketing, you may want to use a different email, right? Because you know what happens with email marketing, right? Eventually you end up in people's spams and all of these things. It's all part of doing business today. But back to a full circle, Heather, thank you so much for giving us your precious time and for sharing some valuable information here. And again, thank you so much. Really, really, really appreciate you. So, folks, what we're going to do here at this point is we're going to be ending this session, and we want to promote you. And what I do is when I see you, doesn't matter what team you're part of, we want to make sure that if you do well in contributing to the growth of GotBackUp, we want to hear your story. So we will be calling up upon you. So we're looking at the people on the list. And if you have a story you want to share, and maybe we haven't noticed you yet, please feel free to communicate with us. You know that we're on our Telegram group. And you can always share a message, maybe not within a Telegram group, so we don't kind of border 1,500 people, but you may want to send this privately to either Tammy or I, and then let us know that you would like to share your expertise on a session like this in one of our Saturday. Would love to feature you. Okay. So again, if you have any questions or comments that you want to add on the video portion, please post them in there. If you like the video, like the video. What's really cool about YouTube is YouTube will promote videos that people like to watch. So if you like the video, more people will see it. And Esther was absolutely amazing, right? And Joelle Igbe, I hope that you're going to hug your mom because she's a great model to follow.
Yes,
right? So everybody have yourself a wonderful, wonderful rest of your Saturday. And remember that on Wednesday, we have our corporate presentation with the CEO, Joelle Thierry. So make sure that you don't show up alone, but show up with your team, right? And from there on Friday, we do our session at 11 a.m. And I know that we have sessions in French with Noel. We have session also with Dr. Asari, Dr. KOA, and there's many others. There's Sylvia and Walter that does presentation in Italian. And again, folks, make sure that you plug in to the Telegram group. And whenever there's an event, if you're having an event that's in line to GotBackUp, please promote it into the Telegram group so we can help you promote your event to start filling up your rooms. If GotBackUp does well, everybody does well because we each earn a percentage of what that value is on the cycle. Remember that. So as you succeed and GotBackUp succeeds, everybody benefits. So everybody have yourself a wonderful rest of your weekend.